The Book of Revelation, Prophecy or Political Resistance. The Book of Revelation, one of the most mysterious and debated texts in human history. For centuries, it has been read as a roadmap to the end of the world, filled with beasts, plagues, and divine judgment. But what if Revelation isn't predicting our future? What if it's revealing their present? To understand Revelation, we have to go back to the 1st century, to a time when the Roman Empire ruled with iron and blood. Christians were a small, persecuted minority, seen as threats to the empire because they refused to worship the emperor. It was in this climate of fear and oppression that Revelation was written, not as a horror story of the end, but as a message of hope wrapped in symbolism. The beasts, the horns, the marks, the dragon, they weren't random visions. They were coded language, political metaphors that early Christians understood. When Revelation speaks of a great beast rising from the sea, covered in blasphemous names, scholars believe it symbolized Rome itself, and its emperors, especially Nero or Domitian, whose reigns were marked by persecution and tyranny. The mark of the beast. Not a barcode. Not microchips. It was a symbol of allegiance to the empire, to its economy, to its gods. Choosing between the mark and faith was choosing between survival and spiritual conviction. The number 666. Through a form of ancient numerology called gematria, it translates to Nero Caesar, a name that haunted early Christians as the embodiment of corruption and cruelty. And what about the end, the apocalypse, the destruction of the world? The Greek word apocalypsis doesn't mean end. It means unveiling. Revelation was never about predicting dates or decoding disasters. It was about revealing truth, showing that evil empires rise and fall, but divine justice endures. John, the author, wrote to encourage believers under oppression, to remind them that tyranny is temporary, and that faith, even under fire, has eternal weight. It wasn't fear he was spreading. It was resistance. A call to stand firm, to see beyond the illusion of Roman power, and to trust that light would overcome darkness. So, while many still read Revelation as a prophecy of future doom, history suggests it was written as a message of survival, an allegory of faith under persecution. A letter coded in symbols, written in exile, to inspire hope in those the empire tried to silence. Revelation isn't just about the end of the world. It's about the end of injustice. It's about the courage to believe that even in the darkest times, truth, love, and faith will ultimately prevail.